Good seeing you, friend. I'll take your order anytime.
Given where the militia is positioned, I propose we employ a two-pronged strategy. A pincer, if you will.
I tend to agree, as long as we're careful. If one arm reaches too far ahead of the other, it's liable to have its fingers chopped off.
The geysers scattered across the region are another topic to take note of. There's no knowing when one might erupt beneath us.
Your Majesty. Apologies for the interruption, but I come with urgent news. The militia grew impatient and went on ahead. They were surrounded before they even reached Fruth.
This, in the very moment we depended on them.
From what I can gather, they weren't too thrilled with the idea of taking help from Cornea.
If only they had sense to match their pride.
Sending reinforcements will be a dangerous proposition, Your Highness. The militia will fall in but a matter of time.
All the same, we can't abandon them to their fates. Not after I'm the one who proposed this operation.
I know that you're worried for your friends, Leia, I truly do. But that doesn't make rescuing them any safer.
At least let me send someone. Even if it has to be me alone, I'll do it.
I'm sorry. The risk is too great.
But I can slip past them unnoticed. I swear upon my very life.
Joseph, send a scouting party out at once. We prepare to march in the meantime.
Very well, Your Highness.
Prince.
Your knowledge of the land will be invaluable to us, Leia. I ask that you be our guide in the battle ahead.
As you command. The Fruth militia has saved my prince, and it is entirely thanks to you. You have my undying gratitude.
I'm sorry, my lord. We should never have charged ahead like that.
Focus your energy on the wounded, not needless apologies. There will be time to discuss our next moves after.
Of course, my lord. And thank you.
Your skill in commanding an army is unmatched, my prince.
Such skill would be nothing without the finest blades to back it up.
Bad news, Elaine. We got more enemies holed up in a storehouse by the docks.
We must have overlooked them during our rounds of the harbor.
They used to be Dragonhold soldiers from the looks of it. Knew their way around here well enough to slip clean by us. And now they're camped out in there, flat out refusing to surrender. What do you want to do?
I'll handle this.
No. Leia. Persuade these dissidents to lay down their arms.
Are you certain, sir?
I wager they would sooner trust a fellow citizen of Dragonhold before one of our ranks. Not to mention that Virginia is more likely to elicit a declaration of war than a timely surrender.
I'll show you war. But the point stands rightly made.
Tell them their lives will be spared should they only agree to relinquish their blades. I promise it on my royal name.
I will see it done.
Then let's get over there already. Come on, Leia.
It seems the time has come.
Indeed, my prince. The Liberation has begun their march.
Good. Prepare to depart at once.
Yes, my liege.
You wished to speak with me?
I did. I'm sorry to distract you before such a pivotal battle, but this needed to happen in private. That swordsman is none other than Prince Ludwig.
You knew?
As did you, judging by your response. It matters not. Speak of the devil and he'll waltz right into your tent. It's good to see you again, Prince.
So, I've been found out.
I heard you'd gone missing, you know. Tragically lost since the war against Zenoira. Some mane you've grown in the meantime.
I beg of you, keep this matter a secret. You and Leia here are the only two who know my identity, and I would much prefer to keep it that way.
Sorry, but secrecy isn't really my game. Elaine must know of this.
Then he'll lose a capable sword in the process. Reveal the truth, and I am gone.
Fine then. There's no point telling him if you're just going to disappear the second I do. I promise I won't speak a word of this. For now. But that all ends when we arrive at Soldraga.
So be it. I will stand with the Liberation until that time comes. And, situation withstanding, I must admit, I'm glad I can still be there for Gilbert in his time of need.
So that's how it is.
As Gilbert mentioned back at the Colosseum, he plans to ascend the throne once we've retaken Soldraga. It's a burden he found the resolve to shoulder only when it was thrust upon him. When Ludwig went missing, that is. But if he learned his brother still lived, well, the joy of their reunion might end up tinged with dismay. I know it all too well. For years, I had thought myself the sole survivor of the Cornian line, and worked tirelessly in that role.
Then, how did you feel when you learned I was alive?
To be frank, it was an equal helping of joy and envy. I admired Queen Elenia from the day I first laid eyes on her, and every ounce of my being is dedicated to restoring Cornia. But even I'm not brazen enough to challenge royal succession. You're the heir, no matter how much I might wish otherwise. Back to the topic at hand, though. You have to convince Aramis, convince Prince Ludwig to reconcile with Gilbert.
Very well then. I'll speak to him.
I can't thank you enough, Elaine. If Ludwig is going to listen to anyone, it's you.
General Berengaria!
What is it?
The rebels have breached our front line, ma'am. They march on the castle as we speak.
Good. I would have been disappointed if they came all this way only to die at the gates. Yes, they'll prove a fine enough opponent. Ready the troops. I shall take the field myself.
Ren! Use the ring, Elaine! Please! I'm sorry, Ren. This is all my fault.
If anyone should be apologizing, it's me. All I ever wanted was to keep you safe.
Pardon the interruption.
Prince Gilbert.
There can be no mistaking it. You are none other than the daughter of House Zexhelm.
I am. And after my family's role in the uprising, I have no right to stand before you.
There is no need to unearth what time has long buried. Though it does make this all the more difficult to comprehend. Why have you chosen to side with Zenoira?
To get my hands on this armor here. A lost relic of their ancient empire. I needed strength. To take revenge for what they did to our family. And claiming their colors was the only way to get it.
All of this was for Father, then?
Yep. But I knew you'd get roped in too if you learned the truth. So I lied, said all those awful things to get you to leave. I wanted to keep you as far from battle as I could.
Ren.
We've already lost so much, Travis. Our father, our mother. I wasn't about to lose you too.
Then the answer is already at your fingertips. 'Tis a bitter drink, being forsaken by an elder sibling. I'm glad to see you reunited. Now, I have matters of my own to attend to.
I'll never abandon you again, Travis. I swear it.
I'm gonna hold you to that, you know?
I wouldn't have it any other way. We fight shoulder to shoulder from now on. And Travis, I'm sorry.
I forgive you. Ludwig, you're alive. Why did you not return to us sooner?
The battle I waged with Zenoira cost us our father, and my entire army besides. There would be no celebration to welcome home one who has failed Drakenholt so dearly.
You're not to blame for his death, Ludwig. Zenoira is, and you're well aware of it.
If you speak of their magics, I've already heard of the matter from Virginia. Gloucester was affected as well. But there's little use asserting such claims now. Father has passed, and so too has the moment to rewrite my narrative.
Tell me then, why have you returned?
Because Elaine asked me to meet with you. Quite insistently, I might add. That you may claim the throne free of any lingering doubts or objections. I'm proud of you, Gilbert. And so is Father, I'm sure.
Yet he would rightly assert you deserve the crown, not I. As is your station as the eldest son.
You're wrong. I cast aside my name, my very kingdom, out of shame for what I've done. A man like me does not deserve to lead. Not only that, but the unexpected return of a cowardly king would only sow chaos amongst our vassals.
Even still, I know in my heart you would be a more capable ruler than I.
You think too highly of me, and remain blind to your own worth all the while.
Ludwig, wait.
Our people have rallied around you not because they feel you need the support, but because they believe in you to lead them true. The King Drakenholt yearns for is you, Gilbert.
Where will you go?
I plan to rejoin the Liberation, to fight alongside them as hired steel, and to one day see Galerius given the demise he has earned.
In that case, I will accompany you.
No. You must stay here and restore the lost glory to our land.
Apologies, but I am the king of this nation. I have no interest in taking orders from mere sellswords.
You've always been impossible, you know. But I admit, you wear Father's mantle well.
So, all that talk about the man ruling the stronghold by strength alone, and he's too weak to even keep his post.
Not so loud, will you?
It doesn't matter what I say. Everyone's talking about it. The great general's getting hauled back to Zenoira. Came out of nowhere, though, I'll give you that. You've even got us packing up his stuff.
Suspected treason, wasn't it?
Old Featherhead's made more enemies in this life than he can even keep track of. You want my bet? I'd say one of his own had a bone to pick with the guy and started making him out as a traitor.
To your post, now!
Of course, General. Forgive me. It's just your aide ordered us to help organize your luggage, so...
And for what? I'm not going anywhere.
Of course you aren't, sir. 1,000 pardons.
Try to paint me a turncoat, will they? It's as preposterous as it is maddening. Still, I can't ignore the Emperor's orders forever. And if I'm fated to have an audience with him, I wouldn't dare arrive empty-handed.
Multiple enemy strongholds and a grim array of stationed weaponry. A fitting defense for a key strategic position. And there's one more thing, Princess.
Go on then, out with it.
The general charged with holding the bastion is Geith, Knight of the Feathered Crest.
A name I hoped to never hear again. He was among the first lords of Cornea to defect when Valmor showed his true colors, Your Highness. He is a man of immense ambition, willing to cross any bridge, speak any word, or slay any foe in order to get what he wants.
What's more, there are rumors in the fortress that he's to be sent back to Zenoira before long.
Then perhaps we merely must wait until such events come to pass.
Hey, I recognize that name. The Knights of the Rose died by his hand. I beg you, my lady, be rid of this place and never return!
Fools! Throwing yourselves before my blade one after the next. Also one weak little pup can escape. Fine then. It matters not how many of you wenches I have to cut down. 1 or 100. I will see it done all the same. The girl's head will make a fine gift for our new emperor.